Hi guys! Today we have a Make It Monday project. Last week I showed you guys how to do reverse applique, so today we're going to do a regular applique. If you're joining us, please be sure to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Even if you're watching the replay, say hi and let us know where you are from. If you would be so kind and share our video, I always appreciate that. So today I'm working on a sweatshirt that I'm going to enter in the state fair, and the category is decorated sweatshirt. They have all kinds of textile divisions that you can enter, and so I just picked some. I just do it for fun. I really do it mainly to get the exhibitor passes, because going to the fair just to park and get in can be kind of expensive, so you get cheaper tickets. And it's fun just to enter and have your things on display. So if you've never entered anything in the Kentucky State Fair, I highly suggest you do. It's really fun. So I didn't know what to do, so I was trying to think of how to decorate a sweatshirt, because I could monogram it, I could do different things. So when I very first started sewing in middle school, I took a lesson. I don't know if any of you that are local, or there was a company called Stretch and Sew, and they made their own patterns. It was a national company, but they actually had a store here in town, and I took some lessons there. But I also entered a contest, and it was a sweatshirt contest, not concert. And you actually had to make the sweatshirt and then decorate it. And I entered 2. And I won 3rd place and won my favorite Ginger scissors. Love these. So I was super excited about that. So how I made 2 sweatshirts, and one of them was decorated. It was a Halloween theme, because it was fall and I love Halloween. And I decorated it by taking felt and cutting out a whole Halloween scene, like a fence with pumpkins on it. I think there might have been a big yellow moon. I'm not even totally for sure. It was like little drawings I used to do, so I cut felt and then glued it on my sweatshirt. So I just thought, well, if I did okay with Halloween theme back then, so we'll go with a Halloween theme again. So what I have done is I've taken a sweatshirt, and first I've cut it up the center, and I'm going to make it a cardigan. So I cut it up the center, and then I just put fun little candy corn ribbon down the front. So I have already put one applique on the back. So this is the back. Fun little Halloween design. And I'm gonna put 2 more designs on the front. So today I'm going to just add a pumpkin to the front, and I'm gonna show you guys the process of applique and how I do it. And if you've never tried it and you like to do embroidery, it's really fun. So anytime you are working with a knit, I've dropped my scissors, you always want to use cutaway stabilizer. So this is our stabilizer. You cannot tear this. So this prevents the knits from stretching during the embroidery process. So you always have to have this. If you've ever had anything embroidered and you see this behind it, that's to help the embroidery process to stabilize. That's why it's called stabilizer. Stabilize your stitches so that your fabric does not stretch and things get distorted in the process. So I'm going to just kind of angle down the camera just so you can kind of see what I'm working on, and then we'll go over to the machine. So I'm going to put my design just right here. I'm not sure how. I've cut off the bottom of the sweatshirt. I haven't decided how I'm actually going to finish that yet. This was the excess of this, so I'm just making use of what I've got left. So I'm laying my stabilizer over the hoop and kind of getting that in place. And I think about here is fine, because I don't want it at the very bottom, but just at the bottom, because I may do something up here. I have no idea. I'm just kind of winging this. So now I've got my hoop in there. It's all straight. I can pick this up. It's still pretty tight. The other thing is I've cut a piece. This is the fabric that I'm going to use. And anytime that you do applique, you want to use this heat and bond light on the back. It comes on a roll. So I've cut a piece This is the back, and iron this on. So it looks like a piece of paper stuck on there. So now if I peel this off, it creates an adhesive. So I'm peeling this off, and I don't know, can you see that shiny square? So that's an adhesive. So after I applique and trim it, I'll press it, and then it will iron on to the fabric, and that just helps it to not get wrinkled after you wash it, so like the center, doesn't shrink or anything like that. So you always want to use your heat and bond light if you're doing applique, and you can get this at Joann's or Walmart or most craft fabric stores. Hobby Lobby probably have it, but I usually find it cheapest at Walmart. Okay, so we're gonna come over here to the machine. All right. Okay, so if you can see right here, we're gonna be doing this pumpkin right here. All right, let me trim this real fast. I don't need all that. Okay. So I'm putting my sweatshirt in upside down because I want all this excess of the sweatshirt right here to hang off. So I'm going to turn the design upside down first of all. So let me do that real quick. Okay. So as you can see on the machine right here, draw a little closer. Okay, so the pumpkin's upside down because I've turned my sweatshirt upside down. So it's got leaves and then the outline of the pumpkin. So it's going to stitch the greenery first. Then it'll do a placement stitch, and we'll lay down the fabric. So we'll go ahead and get started. I think I've already got stuff. So it's going to go ahead and do the leaves first, and then we'll lay down the fabric and get that stitched on there. So now it's going to do our stem, and then we'll be ready for our fabric placement. Hey Tina! Well, now you get to see how I do the applique. Okay, so it has stitched our stem, and now it's going to do a placement stitch. It'll stitch the outline of the pumpkin, and this will show you, where to place your fabric. I usually just go ahead and lay my fabric down and let it do this, but I'm just showing you all what it's doing. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop the machine for a second. Okay, so you see the outline, the stitching of the pumpkin. So that is where you need to make sure your fabric is covering. Now, you can actually use your silhouette and cut out appliques before you do all this. I have not done that. So I'm just taking my fabric and I'm just laying it inside the hoop here, and it's going to cover all this because I've cut it a little bigger. And I'm just smoothing it out. So now it's going to do our second stitch, that same spot, to tack down the fabric. So first was the placement, now we're doing our tack down. And then we'll trim it out. Okay, now after this step, we're going to stop the machine because now we have, see how that's stitched down? We need to cut all this. So let me get back over here to the table. Bring you guys with me. Okay. Alright, this is where my favorite scissors come in handy. These are double curved applique scissors. They're all the ones that say applique scissors. They kind of have that little wide, kind of like a, it's called a pelican scissor. I like these better. They're pointy and they're really sharp. So I'm trimming right up against the stitch line. So you got to be really careful not to cut that line. But you want to trim as close as possible. Okay. So you can see I've cut that really close. I'm going to put it back on the machine. And bring you all back around to watch. Okay. So now, I'm going to start it up again. So that was we did a placement stitch, and then we laid the fabric down, and then we did a tack down, and then I cut the fabric. Now some designs have a zigzag stitch in between, like this one, so it's going to do just another tack down, but a little bit tighter of a zigzag before it does the actual satin stitch. So we're going to go ahead and start it. I can lower you all down a little bit. A little closer. You can see better. So now I'm doing a little design down the front of the pumpkin, making a line on the pumpkin. Now it's going to do the final satin stitch, make it all nice and pretty around the edge of the pumpkin. to do. And the last thing is going to put a leaf. Oh, actually, that's not on the right color. Good thing I'm standing here. Cut that. Because we do not want a red leaf. We want a green leaf. Did not get my color set. So let me change that. Y'all almost witnessed an accident. Okay, now we're back. Now we're doing our green leaf. Alright, now we're done. Let me get this off the machine. And there you have a pretty little applique pumpkin. So then you just pop this out of the hoop. And you want to trim all this stabilizer, so we're going to just cut this close to that design. Be careful not to cut your fabric or anything. And just trim around it. And the stabilizer always, it's stiff, but it will soften up after you wash it. Trim this. Okay, so I've trimmed around that. So then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take this over to the iron and press this, because I put the heat and bond light on there, and so that will prevent this fabric in between the stitches from getting all wrinkly after you wash it. So when you have that heat and bond light on there, you definitely need to use that when you do applique. It'll keep it nice and pretty after you wash it several times. So let me get back up here. So I'm going to have this in the fair, so you can tell everybody you saw me make it. Hopefully when you see it, it has a ribbon on it. But if not, I'm going to have fun with it, and I'll wear it for Halloween. So here's the back that I already had done. I cut the front, put a cute little candy corn ribbon on it, and I'm not sure how I'm going to finish the bottom yet. I may just turn this up, but I cut the ribbing off the bottom as well. And then I'm going to I've got another applique design that I'm going to put on this side. It's going to be a little haunted house. And then after I get that done, I will see if it needs anything else. So that is that. So ta-da! So the State Fair is in a couple of weeks. If you have never been, you need to go. It is so much fun. There is so many things to see. There is so much junk food to eat, and something for everybody. My family, we love going. You can go see all the farm animals. You can go see all the textiles, which is my favorite part. Tons of artwork, all kinds of cool stuff that people have made. And then the whole shopping section, which I always call the junk section, is really fun to go shop through too, because you never know what somebody's going to be selling, and samples of this, that, or not, or whatever, and free things to get. So it's really fun. So I hope you enjoyed today's Make It Monday, our applique project. If you have ever done applique, would love to see some of your pictures, or if you have any questions about how I did it, please put it in the comments. I'll be happy to help you if I can, because I've done it lots of time for many years, and just wanted to show you what I was working on. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.